Obama's re-election is great for moms, right? Aren't we just a bunch of mindless free spenders so in love with humanity we want to support every cause and child as though they were each our own? Oh, hells no. From jobs to healthcare to education, let's face it, ladies, we're screwed, and not in the much-needed 50 Shades of Grey way. This election all boiled down to choice, because now hours are sadly limited. To make a simplistic sexist argument, how would you like it if you waltzed into the shoe department at Nordstrom or Bloomingdale's and instead of ankle booties and wedges, you found one or two styles of sensible, comfortable clogs? To borrow a term from Joe Biden, malarkey! With the employer mandate, small businesses are now compelled by law to provide health care for their full-time employees. What will this do? Will it bolster families and working moms by offering free medical care to those in need? Hardly. Many small business owners, desperate to stay afloat, will abandon full-time employees for their lesser-trained part-time brethren to stave off government insurance mandates. Better to have 3 part-time knuckle-draggers than 2 well-qualified full-timers, and that means fewer hours and smaller paychecks for working families who would have otherwise had greater healthcare choices and would have been able to attain private healthcare on a full-time salary. More families will be pushed to qualify for Medicaid, but according to the Washington Times, 60% of physicians who take it are not accepting new patients. And once you're in that system, your choices are greatly diminished. You don't get any choices. The other maternal fleecing comes from education. Well, sure, race to the top. The president's tiny pilot program implemented in 11 states says it has choices, but it's really a drop in the bucket as far as real reform. The administration is pushing national standards, which will lead to an even more centralized education system. Now that is a tepid and impractical response to anyone who has more than one kid. We all know, even if they come from the same womb, their needs are vastly different. And why should we assume, if they come from the same school district or state, their differences in needs would be any less stark? Choice is not a 4-letter word, and it's not just about abortion. Choice is at the heart of an election whose fallout promises to limit mobility in the most important and hard-fought areas. For Reason TV, I'm Kennedy.